question was first asked, I was finding it really difficult to find out what it was like, the issue. And when I got the issue, it really, I could really relate it to my present being, though we resolved it very easily, but when I was a child, what I was stopped from being and what has made me now, it was the issue was very, very clear, it was a brilliant thing, this what we have been learning, but today's I thought was something extraordinary.
And how would you use something like this in your day-to-day life?
I do use it in my teachings also. I was speaking to her, I told her that I like to be a kid again, So what a lovely thing if I was permitted to be a kid again. So the childhood thing, I don't want my keys, car keys, I don't want my credit cards, I don't want my checkbooks. I want to give that responsibility away to everybody. I just want to be a simple child again, That makes it so easy, Life becomes so easy. So and that thing, it came out, So it makes me so light,
Thank you very much, Dr. Choudhury. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, who would like to share next? What did they learn from that? What did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about the process? Yeah, Shalu.
My inner child was all shut, and I guess, when you said think about the inner child, it was a completely different personality from what I am today. It was a lot of fun and bubbly and giggly, but locked up in a shell.
Yeah.
So what I learned from this process was that I need to uncover more of the inner child. It was difficult for me at first, let me be honest, because when I went to that inner child, it said, just go away, don't come near me, and it's over now. And I think the beauty of this process was that it was a tough one, and yet we were able to resolve it. So much so that the entire image changed by the end of the process. So the image that I have in my memory now is completely different. Thank you, Kara.
So tell me this, how would you use this in your day-to-day life?
Be more of the inner child.
To be more of the inner child. And when you're working with people one-to-one, how would you use something like this?
So if I can sense that they are really truly different from what they're trying to portray, then I will use this process to uncover and connect with their inner child back again.
Thank you very much.
Went to the live, I got on an elevator. I haven't been beyond the 10th floor in the last maybe 7-8 years now. So for me it was an experience.
Okay.
I was trembling.
And I'm working this area, and I'm really scared they're looking for that level of certainty, and I'm just not sure I can give them that level of certainty. And it makes me feel uncomfortable as a practitioner, like there's too much pressure on me. And I said, I know it works. What's it going to take for you to believe that too? And then he said, I'm going to go and try it out. And that's what it takes.
Repressed inside us from our day-to-day life. We don't even realize what things we are, repressing, what we are not expressing, what is going on. And just keeps going down and down inside, and it starts affecting us in a manner, and then we're like lost. What is happening to us? And when doing this work, it was like magic. It was like things were coming out. I don't know where they were coming out. I was like moving from A to Z, and then to this corner, to that corner, and just things kept coming out. So it was like amazing. I didn't even know I had those things.
How would you use something like this day to day?
For me, yes, because a lot, I tend to get anxious a lot, so yes, this is going to help me. For people, there's very common things. People get tense, they get worried, they get anxious over nothing. So all it takes is tap, tap, tap.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I knew what I wanted to, do today, but I didn't know that, I went to when I was a 7 or 8-year-old child, and then I went to the memory which I had was maybe about when I was around 12 to 13 days old, as a baby. And then straight away from that, connected the same issue when I was in school.
Wow.
When I was in a boarding school, then to college. So there was a chain, which with the same issue all over, and then I connected it to my immediate problem, which is right now. you know, my doctor saying those things and kind of, you know, those things already inside me. And they all came out, connected everything, you know, so particular there's some reason, you know, which I probably had bottled up inside me and it's come out, you know.
Thank you. Just take a breath in. Yeah. The whole this idea of inner child. And that time when we were all sitting there here in a group, and when you asked us to go back to the memory and try connect to the inner child, I could not. I mean, I remember the incident, I remember it very clearly, but I could not connect to that inner child. But yes, when we started with the one-on-one practice, and that was the moment that I just let it out. And I don't remember when I cried the last time. I don't know what years back. So it was like the moment I cried and I just let it out. For 2 minutes I was like, oh shit, did I cry right now? I should have been doing that. But then yes, of course, my practitioner was very, very nice. She made me feel very comfortable. And one particular thing that I want to mention here is that when there was a time we were not tapping, she was not tapping, I was not tapping. Then she took my hand and of course she pressed it over here. That's called the 9 gamut, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And that one thing, it was like a touch here, and there was this current which went down from here to and like that, and everything just came out, from tears to the words to everything. All the emotion came out, and it worked not just once, like twice, thrice, and to the point when I said, okay, don't do that, we'll do it again.
So how will you benefit from this? How will your life change for the better?
Life will change because it'll help me deal with my emotions in a much healthier way, in a better way. When I know that it is fine to come out with your emotions, to cry, to bring it out, and a lot of new things, because it's not just one emotion. It's like you connect from one to another, to the third, to the fourth. And then you center around this one focal point wherein you see, okay, this is the main thing, the root cause. So, and then you start to heal from that particular point. So, yes.
Which I've had for me, which I've had for me till now, have always been on my inner child.
Wow.
So that's why when you mentioned inner child, it immediately got connected.
Yeah, you knew it.
Yeah, so there was another one-to-one with an inner child in this one also. And the session was good, and as a practitioner, I felt there were many, it's not like you're feeling a sentiment, but then one has to go to the core and feel why you're feeling that sentiment, which could be related to another issue, which happened some time back. So that inner child has to keep on going down till you reach the first peak of that same emotion. And at this moment, I can just think of a song.
Oh, great!
It goes something like this. One love for the inner soul, one love for the inner child, one love is all I need.
One love for the inner child, one love for the inner soul, one love for the inner child. So you can sing and tap at the same time. Do you know this? For the inner child, one love for the inner soul,
One
love is all I need.
one love is all I need. So I'll tell you what, do one and then we follow. Do one and then we follow. So you do one. Begin.
One love for the inner child.
One love for the inner child.
One love for the inner soul.
One love for the inner soul.
One love for meeting me.
One love for meeting me.
One love for how great is me.
One love for how great is me.
And one love is all I need.
And one love is all I need. Woohoo! You know, an anger is a lot closer to passion than it is to hopelessness. And when you feel passion, what's possible next?
Change.
Change. And when you feel change, it's joyous.